What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bench Time. I'm Ben. This is Tyler.
And let's talk about another great week of football. Week 9, which was just terrible for him, but good for me. As we could just kick this right off the bat with our records of how we did week 9.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: I sucked. Another spoiler alert.
Not that bad.
Opposite of sucked was him. So
Not that bad. Yeah. 6-8 for you, 9-5 for me. I went 3-0 on our split decisions.
Yeah, that's the one that hurts the most.
And overall, now I am 16-13 on the spread. You are 14-15 on the spread.
So it's still close race. I mean, towards the end of the season, hopefully it's still close.
Yeah. So I mean, let's get into how the games actually went, and how the book screwed us.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll start it off here.
How they
with,
got us this week.
Yeah, we'll start off with the easy one that we read from the start. Denver at Baltimore. Baltimore ran away with this one.
Yeah.
Literally. The question at this point, well, the score being 41-10. So if you had the Ravens minus 30.5, hey, good on you.
Good job.
You
Show
know
me
something.
the ticket, though.
You know something. But the question is who's the bigger machine right now? At the top 3 dogs, I think it's the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Lions. Who is
bigger machine?
Who is the one that's running on all cylinders right now towards the playoffs?
Well, I mean, literally is the Ravens.
You think the Ravens? Yeah.
I mean, they're literally running. I mean, Derrick Henry's
Oh my God,
has 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's, I think, top 15 in rushing yards.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking on pace to get his second MVP in back-to-back seasons.
Yeah.
It would be his third MVP though, but in back-to-back seasons.
But in terms of like overall machine, like you can't run it without oil. You can't do it without a battery. All kinds of stuff.
You gotta keep that lubricated.
Machine, and I think there's all parts going around in Detroit.
Detroit,
that is one well-oiled machine over there. I mean,
Detroit's scary.
Sorry, but they took you down last week. They have just been rolling through these teams.
They are on a bus, and it is not stopping for anyone.
No.
So shout out the Bucks for being the only team this season to actually be able to take them down. But other than that, I mean, it doesn't seem like anyone's on their way right now. So that's
and
pretty
then
scary.
some weird things from the game. Deontay Johnson, nothing.
Non-existent.
Yeah. They did say limited snaps, but I thought we were going to have a Puka Nacua situation. But
yeah,
whatever.
Another big takeaway from this game. What's cool on the other side, the Broncos only scored 10 points, but a touchdown out of that 10 points was a Bo Nix caught touchdown from a Philly special used by Sean Payton. So that was pretty cool.
Too.
I mean, he boxed out the receiver, caught it and everything. I mean, he really did a good job.
Is he playing the right position?
I don't know, but he's like, what, 6'4", 6'6"? Like, he's a big dude. He's tall.
Hear me out. Saints, they just traded Lattimore today. What if they trade Taysom Hill to the Broncos? Tell me that does not sound like it.
Oh, that makes complete sense. I would.
I've heard.
Unfortunately, we'll probably have to wait till after the season now, but.
Oh yeah, that's true.
At the same time, that would have been very logical. What if they just move Bo Nix to receiver and then just have Zach Wilson playing quarterback? All right, moving on.
All right.
Miami went to Buffalo. This one was a close game. No Amari Cooper was a big thing, and Tua really got the ball going there for a little bit, but the defense just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, that first half, the Bills looked rough, and then they came out after a fumble recovery, and then they just ran away with it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was just typical Josh Allen performance. Defense did what they had to do at the end, and Tyler Bass making a 61-yard field goal.
After almost basically getting cut a couple weeks ago, it seemed like.
That's crazy to me. Because
they brought in some kickers to work out, I think.
I believe so, and I mean, it just goes to show that any job's not given in this league, unless you're Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelce right now. I think that duo is elite right now. So
and Josh Allen is 12-2 now against Miami.
Just furthers the domination of the
two of those times I bet against Josh Allen with Miami. But hey, we love an underdog story. That's all that matters.
We do.
But yeah, we split decision here. Again.
Yeah. And of course, I had the winner right, but not by the spread. So props to
6
you
was
on
just
that
too
one.
much for a divisional game. Yeah. Maybe if Tua wasn't playing, that spread seems good.
Spread maybe would have been like 14 if Tua wasn't playing.
Yeah.
It would be bad. So yeah,
But,
that's
yeah.
first split of the week for us there.
Anyways, next, the Raiders
Mm,
went to Cincinnati and just got destroyed
pretty easy.
after the Cincinnati Bengals got destroyed by the Eagles.
Yeah.
So it's
Layers
snip,
of
snap, snip, snap, snap.
-7. It was no doubt there. You could have put 14, 21, whatever you wanted to there.
Hammered. Yeah.
21
Joe Burrow
actually,
just
no, that's not
kept
correct.
slinging the ball, though. 5 touchdowns with Jamar Chase not having one.
Yeah,
I mean,
Gesicki, big day.
And T. Higgins not playing.
Yeah, good day for him,
I
honestly.
mean, look out a little bit. And Gesicki did the gritty twice, and it actually looked good.
I would say it is improved. I think that's the wording that I would like to use for it. It's improved. It's definitely
Every year it
helped.
gets better.
It helps that he finally has a LSU teammate to actually show him how to do it properly.
You think off season he practices gritty?
Oh, 100%. Knowing that he was
Like
going to be a
1 hour
Bengal.
every week, gritty sesh.
Yeah.
Solid gritty, just nonstop gritty.
He's probably in like probably does that and then just hops right in the cold tub.
Yeah, that's his workout.
Yeah. Then sauna after, and then maybe like an ice cream sandwich.
Yes.
I think that's like the routine.
Yeah.
Regarding that,
anyways,
attaboy, Cincy, way to go. Thanks for covering our -7. Washington, lock of the week, took on the Giants, winning.
You said that just so calmly. Lock of the week.
Lock of the week.
We have the Commanders -4 as a lock, and that also hit. We are now 2-0 on the locks of the week. Stay tuned for the next lock of the week.
Stay tuned.
But shout out Washington. It got a little scary there, but shout out them.
Daniel Jones, shout out him at least for throwing the first touchdown pass in over 670 days. 672, I believe. I'm not even going to clap for you. You know how embarrassing that is?
Golf claps. Drum roll.
Yeah.
Drum roll and golf claps.
Yeah. Hopefully, this is a drum roll to hopefully see Daniel Jones out of New York next year. Yeah. Other than that,
watch him go to like the fight.
Watch your mouth.
All right.
So thank you, Washington. Getting us 2-0 on the season. You guys could have made money in back-to-back weeks following those locks. So
yeah.
Moving on now to Dallas at Atlanta.
Dallas.
And they 21-27. It only looks close because Cooper Rush threw a touchdown at the end.
Yeah.
So don't take that for granted. Atlanta -3. Another one we covered pretty dang easily. Mm-hmm. Now the question here is, now you got Dak out on IR. Do you either start Cooper Rush or do you throw Trey Lance, who you traded picks for, and put him out there?
Trey Lance for sure.
No, why is that?
Like you just said, they traded picks for him. You got to see
what they
can do. They already know what they can do with Cooper Rush. He's just,
I just don't know how stubborn that coaching staff is and how Jerry is. He might want to start Cooper Rush just for the fact that he thinks that the season is still within grasp with the Cowboys.
Okay.
Because he even traded a fourth for Jonathan Mingo.
Okay, even if Cooper Rush starts, they're playing the Eagles. I can
Trey Lance, yeah.
Like, third quarter, Trey Lance stepping in there, and then the following week, they're like, okay, we're going to start with Trey Lance. Yeah. It'll happen. Trey Lance, we'll see Trey Lance.
In the next 4 weeks, for sure, Trey Lance.
I think we do.
I think so. Yeah. I think that's fair.
What do you have to lose to see? I think it's a contract year for him, too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so that's all we're going to do with the Cowboys because the media still continues to talk about the Cowboys for forever for some reason. So we're just going to stop there.
Yeah. And besides that, it's time to clean house in Dallas. Like Jerry out. Mike McCarthy out. The whole coaching staff out. Dak out. Jerry, the only way. Never mind. Jerry, we just need to figure out how to get him out. He needs to accept retirement and stop talking about the length. Never mind.
Right.
Moving on here to a very, very bad beat of the week. I'm talking exponentially bad beat of the week.
Like bread standing 6 foot tall high miss of the week here.
This is like when the Jenga tower's just about to fall over, and then somebody pulls this stupid block out and gets it on top, and it's just wiggling, and then you just go up and pull that one block you think's good, and then it tumbles into your face. That is exactly how this game felt.
No, it's like that, but it's even worse. It's like someone just came and ran and bumped into the table.
And then spilt the drinks that they were carrying on you on top of it.
Yeah, it toppled over, hit drinks and everything. I mean, this is just how bad everything toppled in our parlay with
And
the Browns that we had.
And it just it kept
We
it
thought
felt
we
like
cooked.
opportunity after opportunity for the Browns, and Jameis just I think I don't think I think he lied about his LASIK. I think he lied about his LASIK.
I think he's a LASIK liar.
A LASIK liar. Hashtag LASIK
Because
liar.
that dude, if you saw some of those throws, it was bad.
Yeah.
I can't remember what down it was, but he like rolled out. He escaped a sack, I think. Rolled out to the right. Looked like he had someone. Went right to a defender, and he should have caught it, but he didn't.
Yeah.
But
shout out to Quentin Johnson. I mean, he seems like this season as the sophomore resurgence season.
yeah, there's no slump. It's
There's no
sophomore
slump.
resurgence.
He had that rookie season, and that's probably the best time to do it because most teams don't give up on a player like that after 1 year. So good for him.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he gets on the right path. I mean, it feels like a. I hope it's more of a Devontae Adams situation where he's a really good player for them, but at the same time, let's hope it's not an MVS situation or a Christian Watson situation where it's like they're still just not good enough.
Not getting over that
Yeah, they just
plateau.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's enough of that trash game. Yeah, so we didn't cover that at all. Fuck.
Ugh.
New Orleans went to Carolina. Another bad beat here. This is where they kind of get rolling. Carolina gets a good victory here by a point. A point.
Yeah. Last week I was like, Carolina, for some reason they stick out. Even with Carr, I mean, how good would he be with his oblique? And then,
Yeah.
They lost. I didn't bet on it, though, because I was a scared one. But,
understandable.
yeah, shout out Bryce Young when he's getting his first victory formation.
Yeah.
That kind of shocked me a little bit when you told me that. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, over
But
20.
it makes sense now that I think about it, but that's just...
Imagine that, 20 games. You played 20 games in the NFL.
You think he was excited and then immediately demoralized? He's like, yes, victory formation. He's like, hey, yeah.
And they're like giving him the game ball. It's like, good job, buddy. And he's like, this is my 20th start. This is how. But
oh man.
Regardless, shout out Bryce Young. We'd love to see it. We want him to be a good quarterback always.
Yeah.
The Saints being 7-point favorites. Yeah, we were on that, and yeah, it didn't hit, and yeah, the Saints are screwed. The Saints
they're
are
cooked.
screwed.
Dennis Allen fired.
The cap situation, Derek Carr being there, Chris Olave can't stay healthy because Derek Carr throws hospital passes.
Lattimore is gone.
Yep, Lattimore.
You got Michael Thomas
Mm-hmm.
just going insane on Twitter on Derek Carr right now.
Crazy.
Like post after post after post. Like, bro's got some fast thumbs. We'll give it to him.
Yeah, it's bad up there.
Shout out your thumbs, Michael Thomas. And not having enough money to have an agent to make Twitter posts for you.
Michael Thomas starting to get to that realm of like Le'Veon Bell, Chandler Jones, and like Le'Veon Bell.
He's getting up there.
Like he's
getting up there where you like see a post and you just kind of just disregard.
Keep going.
All right.
So other than that, yeah.
Shout out the Panthers for that upset.
Gotta get it right. Gotta get
All
it right.
right.
Saints.
Next, New England went to Tennessee. And they gave them a run for their money, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely did. With
Drake May ran for like 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he had 95 on the ground. Threw a couple crucial interceptions,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you don't expect much out of a like 2-7,
He looked good.
you know,
He looked
team.
good. Oh.
I think he's definitely is the future. I mean, this isn't. I don't think it's compared to Mac Jones' first year where they like went to the playoffs and did all right or whatever. But uh, Drake May, I think he's that guy. I think
Yeah.
we can confirm that.
And speaking of that guy, remember the Tony Pollard.
Remember the Tonys. Remember the
Everyone
Titans.
has now remembered Tony Pollard. When he was the sole back in Dallas, he was kind of forgotten because he just didn't do well.
Yeah.
And now in Tennessee, I mean, he was a low draft pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he's just been good every week.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the reason why the Titans are so close every week, I feel like.
I think it, especially at home too, because like he went to college at Memphis, so like that's just like I don't know something about playing in Tennessee, and I mean with Mason Rudolph too. I mean shout out him. I mean he's really, even though they got blown the hell out by the Lions last week before this,
It's 14-14 at one point.
I mean,
which was crazy.
Let's get down to the past that the Lions are a wagon and they're going to keep rolling, but the Titans legitimately have a good team here.
Yeah.
So Mason Rudolph, keep it cooking. That's one of 3 overtime matchups this week. So we'll keep it rolling.
And shout out them not covering the spread, 3.5, just 3.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
Yeah. Give me half a point.
All right. Jacksonville went to Philly. And they lost. They were down 0-22, but they lost 23-28.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So that is that's a good little cover by us for Jacksonville. Graphic in the previous video may have said otherwise, but us talking about it definitely showed that we were on the Jags Doug Peterson revenge game. Plus 7.5, I think, was just too big of a number for a Philly team that just walked the Bengals team.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that game, though, Saquon Barkley with an insane spin move, hurdle backwards in the air over a defender. I mean,
that's going to be in Madden next
oh,
year.
100%. 100%. That's in Madden next year.
And that's going to be the only thing they change.
They might not.
Look at what you can do now.
Oh, dude. They might disregard everything in the next update that they do for it and then just only add that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. I was watching it, and he did that first spin move. I was like, dang, that was crazy. And then he just did that hurdle. And I was like, okay, whatever he just did before that was nothing.
What made him want to do that is crazy.
It's crazy because you could see, like, right before he did it, you could see him, like, kind of look back in the peripheral. And he literally thought, like, should just jump backwards here.
And he jumped backwards, and what was crazy is that he got over him, that's like normal Saquon behavior. But he rotated after he hurdled him and still almost got pretty much forward, took a hit, and still got like a yard or two after that.
I bet he can double jump.
I mean, if anyone has video game-like moves, it would be a double jump effect for, Saquon.
Can Saquon double jump? Stay tuned.
Pretty much human joystick at this point.
All right.
So shout out the Jags for covering for us.
The Bears went to the hot, sunny Arizona, except it wasn't sunny at all. It was actually hailing, and they had the Dome Depot open.
It was hailing fucking hailstorms.
So then they closed it. Took forever.
Probably.
And the Bears still got their ass kicked.
Good.
But shout out Call of Duty not stopping Kyler Murray, though. He's 2-0 since Call of Duty came out.
Proving the haters wrong at this point.
He is.
I mean,
he sucks at winning back-to-back in general.
For like the past couple of years, this has always been a thing. Even big sports media was talking about, there's a clause in his contract that states about his, using his video games and stuff. And it's like, this guy is not phased anymore. He said, I signed to a COD, team, and it's not stopping me. So shout out Kyler.
I'm ball off and on the field.
Shout out Kyler for really getting it right there in Arizona. Caleb Williams sucks. And shout out us being on the wrong side of this one. Plus 1.5. Should have been plus 20.5. Am I right? Shut up. Okay.
Telling yourself so schizophrenic over there.
All
All
right.
right, moving on. The Lions went to your guys' Haas. It was a rainy day. It was a day of what seemed to be a weird feeling in the air in the morning.
It
A
was-
mugginess.
It was muggy.
A dreary, drowsy day.
Yeah. This one hurt.
You guys have already played in the rain and got away with one in against Arizona.
Yeah. Shout
Or
out
would you
that.
do it against the big, angry monster of a lion? No.
No. And I'll tell you why. Because Jordan Love needs to fix his turnover issues. That's one. Two, we are not getting to the quarterback, and we are not having healthy guys on the back end. We
I have
were
a
out.
solution for that.
We had
Preston Williams. Oh, wait.
Preston
Smith, yeah. Who's Williams?
Preston Williams.
That sounds like a familiar man.
Hey, shout out Preston Williams. He's probably like a mayor of like some town in Cleveland.
No, he's definitely an owner of like a 7-Eleven in Arkansas.
My name is Cleveland Brown. All right.
And this a Cleveland show.
So yeah, I'm wearing the shirt that says "Expected to be frozen."
Was it?
Expect to be frozen. That was us this weekend. We froze, and we suck right now defensively.
Whoa.
When I say suck, that's an overreaction. This is a beautiful overreaction because we're 6-3. I'm not worried.
A beautiful overreaction.
We got to get healthy.
That's good.
Thank you. But we have to get healthy is the problem. We had no Jair, no Evan Williams. Those are two people in the secondary desperately needed. The Lions are a monster, though. They run the ball whenever they want. We shouldn't have thrown a pick six to Kirby Joseph. I hate to see that.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
We just got to figure it out. We just got to figure it
You'll
out.
figure it out.
And they
Once
will.
it gets colder, you will.
And they will. And they will. I think we'll get right. We got a bye week coming up this week. So good for us. Usually not good the game after, but we play the Bears. So I feel good about that. So it's nice to come off of a bye and then have another bye. So, let's just get healthy over this little bye. Come back, have all our players healthy, play some good ball, keep it going. That's the
Hey,
plan.
good luck out there, Packers.
Thank you.
All right, the Rams division rivalry against the Seahawks. The Seahawks were at home. First off, their at-home advantage gone. It sucks now, as they lost in overtime, 26-20, and they covered -1. Rams, shout out.
The 12th man advantage now is it's like a 10-man advantage. It's like they're removing one player from the field.
It's like you
it's
jumped
just-
into COD lobby and there's only like 3 people.
I mean, when there's like a lot of Rams fans at your Seahawks stadium, that's kind of embarrassing.
honestly,
And
because there's not even Rams fan at home.
No, barely. They have just enough because they won a Super Bowl, but it's still always overruled every time.
Yeah.
You have Green Bay, Pittsburgh, or the Chiefs walk in there, and then it's just seas of the other color.
But
But
yeah, it was basically back and forth
Yeah.
until Geno Smith threw a pick 6, and that's basically won them the game. I mean, that was the points. That's the difference, basically.
yeah, honestly,
But Puka got newjected. Puka newjected.
Pakua newjected. And I'll tell you what, it was stupid.
Yeah.
That was a stupid
First
call.
off, the other dude started it. And
Yeah.
then he threw like a little, "Hey man, what you doing, pal?" Like, bro, basically knuckled him on the head.
What happened to warnings? What happened to warnings in the NFL? I
Yeah.
thought it was you had a warning, and then that's like they usually say this is the first foul towards disqualification. That's usually what they would say. If he gets 2, then he'll be disqualified. That's usually I've heard that several
Like, if
times.
anything, Nakua should have just ejected himself for punching a helmet. Like,
Yeah.
what advantage do you get there for punching a helmet?
If two
Like, you're
players,
going to be out of the game injuring yourself.
100%. Yeah, it's always stupid to punch a helmet, I think. But I think if 2 players are punching each other on the field, let's just throw down a little 6-foot by 6-foot cage and just get them freaking like this and just let them go at it.
Oh,
Helmets
Just
on.
WrestleMania up
Yeah.
in here.
Helmets on though.
Get some gloves.
No, literally,
No.
exactly.
Straight fists.
Like we literally, once they start getting contact, everyone runs in with a wall of the compound of the cage,
Wow.
and then they just surround them and then just lock them in. First one down, everyone takes the bars away.
Sounds like Blitz.
It's crazy
It's
idea,
crazy.
and I think it could work.
All right.
Regardless, shout out the Rams
Yeah, shout out.
for covering this. Seahawks suck.
All right, Sunday Night Football. The Colts went to Minnesota to play the Vikings and lose.
Mm-hmm. And lose.
I had the spread -5.
I
He had the
had
spread +5. And
this game got flexed.
yeah, nothing really happened. It was
We
pretty
don't-
boring.
It's just terrible. Nobody was waiting all day for Sunday
Like
night
7-0 halftime.
again.
All right. Anyways,
Next,
the actual game.
a good Monday.
Night Football.
a great Monday night football game.
Yes, it was a
honestly.
really good game. Scary game, actually.
Shout out us for knowing exactly how D Hop would do in this game, and that would be good with a side of 2 duds.
What?
And that's how it was.
Yeah. I was saying all week, D-Hop touchdown.
Mhm.
Didn't think 2. But hey, yeah, I knew
do you
it
do?
was a moment of time until we got him rolling. And now with him rolling, that's opened up Travis Kelce
Mhm.
with 12, 14 receptions, one of the two. And now with Kareem Hunt running that ball, I mean, we're unstoppable. Someone stop us, please.
I mean, we're almost in potential for undefeated season for you guys over there.
Oh, yeah.
Over there, like I don't live here in Kansas City, but
Yeah.
over there.
I called in the beginning of the year. I said we are going to go 8-0 until we play the Bills. That's the one game where I'm like, we might lose that one because we're going to Buffalo too.
Don't forget
So-
that Christmas game.
That one was kind of wiped from existence.
I'd love to bring it back for him. I'd
Yeah.
love to bring it back for him.
Why do
Russell
they
Wilson.
do this? Like, you're supposed to wake up, Christmas, it's happy. There's normally breakfast going. You're going to open some presents. You're with the fam. No, you got to wake up and stress because you're playing the stupid Steelers. Oh, it's not fair.
See, I don't hate the Steelers because we beat them in the Super Bowl, but this man, I mean, the hate runs deep, just like I do for the Niners. It makes sense. It's just
It's dumb.
that's what it's all about. But
Anyways, yeah, so D-Hop shut up all those doubters. That was awesome to see.
yeah,
And Mahomes is back. That was awesome to see. And, yeah, undefeated season lives on. And they did not cover the spread. I think I kind of knew it deep down.
I mean, they got to stop making these so large. Like they need to start making them like 5 to 6 to 7 points. Like these 8 and 9 points it's getting out of hand.
Especially on prime time.
Yeah, because you know how Mahomes likes to do. He said it in that golf cart. He said, "I like to make good TV. I like to make entertainment."
Yeah.
That's how it always comes down to. So, shout out Week 9. Not for me.
Hey, another week of great football. Now,
It is what it is.
it's time to do our power rankings.
Power
Every other
rankings.
We're going to stick to doing some power rankings. We're not going to do it every week because that's just a little dramatic, I
Yeah.
feel like.
I think every 2 weeks is good because then you get some you get more movement on the board and it's more shockers to you guys going, wow, that's what you think. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to put it.
And we're only going to do 14 because there's 14 spots in the playoffs. So if you're the 15th team, sorry about it.
So we're gonna cover any teams that were left out or been taken out of the top 14. We'll cover those at the end to not spoil it for you guys right now. But we're gonna jump right into 14, which is a newcomer, the Rams.
Yeah.
And I like this here.
They've
honestly.
got Puka back.
Puka, Cooper. I mean, they seem like as long as the defense keeps, getting progressing and stuff, it's a very young defense. So
Yeah.
Cameron Kitchens had that big pick 6 last week, which was good for him. That was the player for them, of course. I don't know why I had to establish that, but yeah, it's good to see the Rams start to make the top 14. Always been a big Matthew Stafford fan, even at Detroit, but.
Yeah, and then another similar team to the Rams is the Cardinals. They're right there, young team, especially defensively. But Kyler Murray's got those boys buzzing right now. And Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't really been there. I mean, he had some flashes in the beginning of the year and maybe a couple good games here and there, but really nothing much as of late.
They had a big run game over the past weekend with Trey Benson and DeMercado. I mean, they're getting it done all on the ground.
And Connor, I think Connor still had 100
I mean,
yards. He's
that's
a
crazy.
sneaky good running back.
So that's our second newcomer, which is it's always good to see. A lot of change through this past couple weeks.
And then at 12, we got the Chargers, another newcomer.
Third.
This one sucks as a Chiefs fan to see.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they've just been good. The defense is good. They stop the run. They're good at the run. Quentin Johnson is doing good. Ladd McConkey's emerged.
Stud. Ladd McConkey's a stud. And J.K. Dobbins, shout out to my fantasy team for having him. But, I mean, he's what a resurgence of a season for him after his injury.
Yeah,
it's good
and
to
Herbert's
see.
got that swag right now. I mean, it sucks he's in our division. I've always liked Herbert, but he just doesn't give a damn anymore. He throws out, he's like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
we can't expect this out of
he
a
knows the
Harbaugh.
cameras are on him, and he just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
He's showing his true self, which that's
that Oregon.
As a Chargers fan, that's what you would want to see. Well, I'm not a Chargers fan, but
yeah,
as
hypothetically speaking,
you know what I mean.
So
but that's what you want to see as a fan of your team is your quarterback to just not be so robotic.
Wants to show some emotion. Wants to be human.
Yeah.
And it is really nice to see, especially with everyone knows that Justin Herbert's a good quarterback, but it's just Brandon Staley held him down with the offense that he ran with Kellen Moore. I know Staley was defensive coach, but just the offensive coordinators he hired and implemented. It's good to see a Harbaugh doing what a Harbaugh does because I don't think anyone really
Harbaugh doing what a Harbaugh does.
Harbaugh do what a Harbaugh does,
Right.
and all they do is win. So shout out to the Chargers for cracking the top 12 here. So number 11 is a big dropper here. The Texans dropped 5 spots.
Look away, Texas.
Now, I hate to say that this is really due because of their play, but their injuries have taken a toll. Nico Collins being out. Stephon out for this season. I mean, they're relying on Tank Dell and John Mechie and Robert Woods to be the wide receivers of this team.
But, I mean, these rankings with the Texans is also reflecting on right when Nico Collins went out, the Texans haven't looked the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just lost Stephon. Granted, they got Joe Mixon back, and I think that's actually what helped them get these last couple wins is Joe Mixon.
Yeah, and they're also coming off of a very sad loss to a Jets team who was 2-6 at the time, now 3-6. So
yeah,
never good to see.
It was always the Jets.
Number 10, we have a move up 2 spots here. The Falcons. Good to see Kirk O'Chains doing his business down there. They look like if they keep putting the pieces together, they are going to be a good team.
He's walking into traps, making it his trap.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. He's taking it over
down there.
It's looking good.
Next, at 9, you guys, Packers, dropping 4 spots.
Understandably.
But, I mean, it's just been the injury bug. And the turnover bug.
And I mean, honestly, this past game against the Lions, I would have rather seen Malik Willis start just for the fact of let's give Jordan another week, and then he's got the bye week, so he's got a couple weeks to recover. Malik's looked good so far. It's a different type of offense that they're probably expecting. Jordan Love is limited movement, so the play calling's already getting, taken down as a whole. So
yeah.
I think it would have been the better choice to start Malik, just like how in Aaron's last season with his thumb should have sat and let Jordan Love play. But that's my take as a Packers fan, and they moved down 4 spots. Another team that moves down 4 spots, though.
8,
the Vikings.
The Vikings. They're starting 5-0, losing 2 in a row, and then barely beating the Colts after getting flexed on Sunday night.
Sam Darnold threw 2 picks, too.
Yeah, it's the last 3 weeks hasn't really looked the best.
Now, granted,
and Christian Darrisaw getting hurt.
Yes.
Not a good look.
And they trade for Cam Robinson from the Jags, which hasn't, Jags fans are even
take him, whatever.
Cool.
Sure.
Walker Little's better anyway, I guess, at this point. But, yeah, no, the Vikings being
Hey, shout out the Jags, though, for having that value.
That's true.
I mean, there's not a lot of teams that's like, hey, yeah, we have a two good old linemen. We can just trade one for some picks.
Yeah, you just want this one? Like,
Here, take them.
we'll just build another one.
Build
I mean,
another one.
just-
Yeah, we got one in the factory in the back.
So, yeah, shout out the Vikings for moving down 4 spots just like us. Anyway.
7 is the Steelers going up 2. Russell's got those guys looking a little good.
Yeah, didn't expect this. Once Russell took over, everyone was mostly like they should really be still starting Fields. But at this point, I think the Steelers, and I
That's a
think
good
I've said it before, I think they're in a good spot right now. They have Russell Wilson for now, and they got Justin Fields for down the road. So
Yeah. Next, at number 6, the Eagles. They move up 4 spots.
foes.
They've looked good. They were up 22-0, and they look really good until I check the score again, and they barely win.
Yeah.
But
Covered for us,
they're
though.
just going to keep putting it together every week if they stay healthy, which is a scary look. But
Yeah, and I mean Saquon looking good. The whole team, as long as they stay healthy, they're gonna keep going up that list. Honestly,
and the defense and secondary has been picking it up
Mhm.
lately too.
Cooper, Dijon. So he's looking so good right now.
Deflem.
So good for them.
Right.
Just solid group there. Defense getting right.
Now cracking the top 5, the Bills. They move up 3 spots.
3.
Yeah, they get Amari Cooper. They win. They don't have Amari Cooper the next week.
They win.
So Josh Allen continues to dominate.
We doubted that, man, and
Yes, we did.
definitely showing the repercussions of that now.
It's all right. Still a lot of football left.
So shout out the Bills
Keep
for
saying that.
cracking the. Yeah, it's a lot of football left. Every week it's
like
a
week
little bit of
16, There's a
football.
lot of football left.
And it's crazy because there still kind of is because you still got 17, 18 playoffs. And
Yeah, we're not even halfway through.
It's just crazy. There's a lot of
Football.
football left for good teams, but there's a little football left for bad teams.
And a lot of those bad teams, they're already done with football.
Mm-hmm.
They're just already like, all right, I'm done.
Coming up to the top 4 here, we got the Manders of the Commies, the Commanders. They moved up 3 spots in this bad boy here.
No.
Cracking the top 4. Shout out Jaden Daniels for being the rookie of the year by far. I think.
And they've just looked good.
It's good.
I mean, the defenses look good. They win with Marcus Mariota one week. They win with Jaden Daniels one week.
Doesn't matter. Terry McLaurin's playing as good as he ever has now.
Brian Robinson also hasn't been playing the last couple weeks.
Just traded. Just traded for Marshawn Lattimore. So adding another cornerback because they realized that they don't want to put out
Emmanuel Forbes.
Yeah, that burnt toast, man. He just, man, that's a bad cornerback, man. That reminds me of Kevin King. And it's just like, why don't you just get rid of him? Just get rid of him.
It's just the draft pick. They drafted him
I
last
know.
year.
They're like,
they gotta stick with him.
It's gonna be not worth it.
All right, we got the Ravens at 3. They dropped down one spot. But that's just because the Chiefs are at number 2 and we're undefeated. And we beat them. So why would they be above us?
How is a number 1 team have a loss?
What?
When the number 2...
What is going on? Yeah, I'll admit, the Lions are terrifying right now. I'm not even in the AFC, and I'm scared.
Until Goff plays a bad game.
This is like the Empire coming. If there was an Empire.
That's fair.
This is like Order 66 about to happen.
This pretty much, this is Order 66 in effect right now.
And like the Senate, no one knows what's truly happening. Like there's a monster being brewed in Detroit right now.
Like I just got killed at the Jedi
Temple.
And then they got
Zadarius Smith today.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Zadarius Smith has taken the whole NFC North train. And
Infinity Stones?
Yes, and it ends with Chicago. So good luck.
Good luck, pal.
But shout out our power rankings for the week.
Yep.
This is a group. This could even be the playoff picture minus an NFC team, add an AFC team. Regardless, your three teams that dropped out of this week is the Bears, the Seahawks, and the Bengals. All understandably, one lost on a Hail Mary, one's trash at home consistently, and one just
Isn't quite there yet.
they're just not there yet. They could crack it again, but we'll see. Other than that, that's it for power rankings. Now we're gonna.
There's one last thing we must get to.
It's time.
To make the people some money via Breeze Kings.
And to flip my record my record around, because it was a bad week and now it's going to be a good week.
A day to go positive after a negative. As the man once said, the great Einstein, you must go negative to go positive.
That's facts. Einstein also said all gamblers are about to hit big, but then they leave right before they hit big. So, don't quit. You can do it. Everybody can do it. So that's how it is.
And he also said to never bet on an over and under.
And some about E equals MC squared, something
Some
like that.
useless information.
Oppenheimer shit. Anyway. Starting off with our picks of week 10. We're in double digits. That's
official.
Crazy to me. It's
getting serious,
so fast.
folks.
Kick off the Munich Germany game. The Munich Germany game. The Giants travel to Germany, of course.
Yeah, this is punishment for World War II.
Yeah, this game's bad. The Giants take on the Panthers. This game is
this stadium might be empty.
It's bad. The spread seems higher than I expect. Honestly, I would expect it to be more of a pick'em game for 2-2-7 teams that are garbage,
especially after Carolina losing or winning.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, well, this is what we got here. We already got a split to start off the week, and
there's gonna be lots of splits. It's gonna be a crazy one.
I think the Giants played well.
Buckle up.
I think
strap in, lock in, get your bets
ready. So I'm taking the Giants -5.5 this week.
Crazy.
I think Bryce Young got his one win, and he's going to return back to form. The Giants have a good pass rush going on. So I like what they got going there. I think they're going to get to them, cause a lot of pressures. It's going to be a little turnover city, I feel like. So I think
I think the Panthers are going to cover here. I just think they got some motivation on their back now. Mm-hmm. They're a little excited. They're like, all right, let's go win another one.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of how there's some bad teams that'll win a couple in a row, 2 or 3 in a row, and then they're back to losing.
Yeah.
So it just kind of seems like they win another one here. I don't know what their schedule is next week, but I can see them grinding out a couple wins.
Get 1 or 2, maybe even 3. And then
back to where we were. Just like Andy Dalton, when he came in those first 2 games, it looked really good. They looked like a whole new team.
Yeah. Yeah,
we're right back. It's like a cycle.
And Andy Dalton, glad he's okay from the car accident that he suffered. He might have been with his family too. So
I think
glad everyone's okay from what I've heard. I know
thumb.
I was gonna say wrist or thumb, something to do with his hand, his throat.
Kill a man with his thumb. He can't do that anymore.
So he's looking to maybe come back, or if Bryce Young wins a couple games, they might even keep rolling with him. I don't know. So that's the first split of the week. Coming into the second split of the week, the New England Patriotados take on the Chicago Bears. In other words, the Patriots take on the Bears. That's a pretty large spread, considering Chicago got their titties pummeled by a bird.
2 weeks in a row. They've gotten pummeled and embarrassed.
Yeah, on a Hail Mary.
And what's their record, though?
4-4. Fofos.
What's New England's record?
Trash.
I will be taking the Bears -6. I think this is a get-back game. I like the -6, actually. I can stupidly see this game going into overtime or something, and the Bears get it done at -6. But, yeah,
gonna be a push.
Patriots have covered the spread, I think, the last couple weeks. This one, I can see Chicago getting a couple tuds. They don't have a good run defense, and their pass defense isn't that good. And Caleb sucked last week, so
and that's why I'm on the Patriots +6 because Caleb Williams sucks. I'm just gonna put it there. DJ Moore doesn't even want to be there anymore. Eberflus needs to be fired. They need to get a new offensive coordinator. They need to figure it all out.
So this is the crumble game.
They got rid of Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert's gone. They tank him now.
No.
Their running back two's gone.
Selling.
They're selling.
They're selling.
They're selling. We did too, but it's
All
Preston
right.
Smith, so.
Sounds like I need a... I hate to do this. I said -6. I think I'm going to have to change my mind.
We got a flop? Are you...
-13.5.
Oh my gosh.
Let's
what
go
a
Chicago.
Waffle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go Bears.
Okay, so that's terrible. Let's do Atlanta
Mhm.
going to New Orleans. New Orleans.
It's
Narlands. Maryland.
Hi, welcome to Netherlands.
Look at this. Sounds like a
Grocery store.
yeah, I swear to God, like a fucking Menards. It's like looking in the Netherlands. 3.5. The line is. Atlanta has been covering these, and I expect them to continue to cover. So
3.5 got us last week with Tennessee.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what scares me slightly. But New Orleans, sure, you can do the whole, oh, but they got rid of their coach. They might play for their... No. Marshawn Lattimore's gone. Who's their defensive end? I always get him confused.
Cam
with
Jordan?
Dexter Lawrence. Yeah. Cam Jordan didn't even go back to the locker room. Just straight up dead.
Yeah, just want to leave. Chris Olave reportedly just pretty much dead. And
Derek
Dennis Allen
Carr
gone.
probably crying himself to sleep seeing these tweets. He's really good on the PR work on the camera, saying,
And Alvin
nothing but
Kamara.
love for him. But he's kind of chucking that phone across. Like, man, I didn't need him
I don't need
anyways.
Dude, Alvin Kamara must be sick to his stomach knowing that he just signed a couple-year contract there.
Yeah, that too. I mean, it's just a brutal look out there.
So yeah,
Falcons -3.5.
I think that should hit pretty easily. I know this is a divisional matchup, but I think it's pretty easily. They might win by a touchdown
Yeah.
or two.
Moving on, we got the Vikings going to Jacksonville, and the Vikings are favored -4 here.
I think it's a get-back game.
I do too.
Which, even though Minnesota, I know they beat the Colts, but they didn't beat them in the fashion that they've done to other teams to start the season. And I think Jacksonville might be the perfect team to get back on the road with. -4.
And Christian Kirk's gone.
Chris Kirk.
Ott.
Gabe
Brian
Davis.
Robinson.
Gabe
His chest has been messing with him. Yeah, Gabe Davis.
I don't even know if he's there anymore, honestly. That guy just...
Non-existent.
I mean, what happened?
Vikings -4. Not a lock, though.
No.
There's something gross about it.
It's a little fishy. I would still take it, but it's a little fishy. Buffalo
Same
goes
spread here.
to Indianapolis. Same spread here. And same outcome for us. We're taking the away team. Buffalo, I think, should get it done. -4. I love Joe Flacco. I waffled this for a while at the table, deciding this one.
Waffled.
And I think I'm still going to, lock in here with the Buffalo Bills. The Beals.
Yes.
So -4 is good there. We have Pennsylvania versus Washington, D.C.
Pennsylvania.
We have the Electoral College going at it with the White House this weekend. It's beautiful to see Washington -2.5 because that is the lock of the week.
What? Commanders?
Again?
Lock? You just did it last week. What are you doing? Yeah, they're good right now. The books don't like them still.
They don't like them. They don't like them. There's something's fishy to them. But at the same time, you're thinking, this is the Steelers. This is a good team. They got a good defense. This and that.
The books are thinking of the Commanders like when you're going to the bathroom and you wipe and you get a little on your finger,
Mm.
and then you're like doing this. That's probably what happened to them, and they got a little whiff, and they're like, Commanders. That's what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
That's an analogy for the Commanders.
That is
And that is why we're locking them in -2.5. The Steelers have looked good the last couple of weeks, but it's time to get back into the true form here. Their last 5 games, they've beat no one the last 3 weeks, and they lost the 2 games before that to the Cowboys and Colts.
And although they just traded for Mike Williams, they just traded for Preston Smith, I don't think those are any guys that are really going to take them over the hump. Like you said, they've been playing a good past couple weeks, and I think it's time for them to get back to reality.
And then, if you recall, a couple years ago when the Steelers were 11-0, they lost. They went 11-1 to the Commanders.
To the
They're
Commanders.
At the time football team, probably.
And another Pennsylvania team, the Eagles, also lost to the Commanders. Somehow the Commanders in Pennsylvania, I'm telling you.
They got the number in Pennsylvania.
They're just like, you come in undefeated, we'll beat you. We'll walk into your place and beat you undefeated, too.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Game over.
So that's the lock of the week. Follow along, hoping to go 3-0.
Moving on, we got the Broncos going to the Chiefs. Earlier, we were saying,
don't bet on these big
spreads.
bet
on these gigantic spreads.
Taking it for the Chiefs. Well, guess who's doing it again this week?
Me.
Not me. I'm taking the Broncos.
It's prime time. You don't do it. But no, this daytime, -8. Denver got exposed last week. That secondary got torched. They're going to get torched again. Okay? Also, we always play so hard against Denver. I mean, it's a wrap in Denver.
It's a battle. It's a battle.
Now, when we go to Denver, that's a whole different story. If this was in Denver, nothing of this would be said. But yeah,
I like Bo Nix.
We're gonna go 9-0.
I like Bo Nix. I like what he's doing. I like Sean Payton, how he's coaching this year. He's getting the boys right. I think he'll get them right after this embarrassing loss to the Ravens, and at least cover the spread. I think the Chiefs will win this. Like you said, I think it's the road to 9-0, 10-0, and keep her going. So I'm still gonna take them +8 though. There are no more big spreads for me. Not doing it. So San Francisco going to Tampa Bay. We have a spread of 5 here in favor of the Niners, and I think we're both going to take that.
At -5.
Christian McCaffrey looks to be working his way back into practice, working his way back to the field possibly this weekend.
Debo might be questionable. He's got a lot of injuries going on.
Love to see Ricky Pearsall kind of keep going, keep progressing, and what's his name? Their other wide receiver.
Jauan Jennings.
Yeah, Jauan Jennings. Hopefully, I know he's questionable. Hopefully, he's all good to go and keep that going. If they get Christian back, could roll a little bit.
49ers haven't looked that good the last couple of weeks. This is time to get it right.
Yeah.
Same for the Bucs. They haven't looked that good the last couple of weeks. Yeah, we barely squeezed past them, but I think the Bucs are just going to struggle without these wide receivers. I mean,
I agree.
It's pretty easy to stop a tight end and Jalen McMillan, Trey Palmer. I mean,
and they had such a good game on Monday night, taken into overtime. I feel like it's a team demoralizer to lose that after that, and I don't think it's going to get any better for Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Until Mike Evans comes back, and then maybe we see them win some games, maybe sneak in the playoffs. But for now, it's Tampa is in a rough spot. Tennessee goes to LA to take on the Chargers. That's a 7.5 spread. We're both on Tennessee, holding down 7.5. I think they cover that. The Chargers we were definitely wrong on last week, but hopefully they just played that big game, and now they're going to play a not so good game. Is the plan from us, and Tennessee's good this year. They look good. So far with defensively.
That's the thing. Defensively, they're pretty good, and I think if you can shut down the Chargers' offense, which still isn't like anything crazy.
Yeah, it's still trying to.
Then it can be a defensive battle, and if it goes down to a defensive battle, it's going to be hard to win that by more than a touchdown.
Yeah,
I think.
Mason Rudolph has got to not turn the ball over, and I think they can win the game.
Yeah.
So, but Tennessee plus 7.5, I think that's a good line, so we're going to take it there. We have a NFC East matchup. Philly travels to Jerry's World, where the Cowboys have not won a game yet this year.
Yeah.
Um, Dallas is not favored, of course. Dak Prescott out. The question remains if Rush or Lance will play, but we're going to just hop on the Eagles train and take a minus 7.
Either way, they're losing.
7, 14. I don't know. I think you can get creative with this one. I think they win by possibly 10 or more.
Yeah, I'm surprised it is 7.
It's a sad team right now, so I would stay away from anything Dallas related. Betting on them, bet against them. I would do that
For sure. Next, the Jets go to Arizona, where it will hopefully not be raining this time.
We've got a split decision on this one,
And another
and
split decision.
it's a
with
split one.
Arizona being favored by 1.
It's a split for the books too. I mean, this is the tightest game of the week.
Yeah.
So the Jets looking hot off a little Thursday night win from the good old Texianos. Down a couple receivers, so it wasn't that impressive. But Arizona's looked hot. Last week with the Dub Airs. I'm gonna hop on the Arizona train, taking them again to win -1. So
I'm going to take the Jets. I think that last game last week made them feel good. And like I thought last week, the Cardinals win the games they're not supposed to win. They lose the ones they should win. I was proved wrong with the Bears. This is the week that they lose. And the spread is so close. I mean, it's basically telling you right there.
yeah,
So, give me the Jets +1. Might get a little funky. Do like a -2.5 Jets, something,
Yep.
All right. Detroit on Sunday Night Football goes to the Texans. And the Texans are underdogs at 3.5.
And I think rightfully so. And I think this game could. I think this game could get out of hand. Where this is a game that we'll be talking about going. Man, if everyone was healthy for Houston, it would be a game we're waiting all day for Sunday night. But not this time. I think Detroit wins -3.5. I think they. I mean,
I think it's going to get out of hand, like you said.
Until I see Jared Goff.
This could be a lock too.
I would not hate to play this. If you want to send it to -2.5 just to make you feel better, play it. I think that is another lock of the week that we could throw on there. But we're gonna still stick with our Washington -2.5. I think we like that, and it's gonna be 3-0. That's what we're hoping for. But now we got Monday Night Football, and this is where we get split for the final time. A lot of splits on this damn list. Miami takes on the Rams in LA. The Rams are favored by 2.5.
Yeah.
And what are you thinking here?
I am thinking that Miami wins.
Thinking Tyreek has a good game?
No, yeah, I think Tyreek will get a touchdown. I think I just think this is the game where they get it going. I mean, you could say the same thing with the Rams too on the other side, but
yeah,
the Rams aren't going to just keep winning every single week just because they got Puka and Cooper back. They're still going to face some tough teams, and I think a lot of people are just instantly on the Rams are kind of forgetting who's on Miami's side, and with them losing a pretty demoralizing loss to the Bills, who they probably would have beat if they didn't fumble right out the gate at halftime. If they scored there, it could have been a whole different story.
It's true.
But
true.
I just think you got to think of Miami, of who they are without injuries. And I just think of who they were last year and the year before when they're healthy. And they're a good team. And the Rams defense is young and inexperienced.
And they just got rid of, I believe they got rid of Tre'Davious White as well.
They did, but he was nothing there anyway.
Yeah, he was pretty much just Swiss cheese. I'm going to take the Rams, though, 2.5. I see them winning by a field goal. I think the Rams keep it moving. I think it's going to be now we're going to see a three-way push between the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Niners to try to really get that
Yeah, I
division
don't know
locked
where
in.
there could be a push.
So that is the end of that. We have the Week 10 predictions. Thank you for watching today's episode. Got it all covered for you. The recap, the power rankings, and our freaking predictions.
Right.
Make some money off this. All right, folks. We're going to have a good week. It didn't seem like one last week. For me, he did good. We're going to make this a joint effort, except there's a lot of splits, so it's going to be tough. But thank you for watching. Follow us on all of our socials, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok, and then follow us on YouTube.
Of course, yeah.
Instagram, I think I already, yep, cool. All right. So
All right.
appreciate
Peace.
y'all.